the ability to communicate so well before we can actually horn in on exactly what's going on with it. That it gets out about, yes. And now we're all afraid and wondering and stuff. But our Creator created all the natural stuff, and He created us.
And then stevia is what Truvia is as well, correct?
Yes. Now sometimes the Purevia, this Truvia have a couple things added to them.
Okay.
But they're the corn sweeteners. And I would actually have to look at the box to know.
Okay.
But
those
are
the
okay too.
The Truvia is the green, and I guess the generic is green as well. Okay. So if people out there are looking for a stevia, they can find it at the grocery store in a little green, little green packet.
Yes, and we have to be careful too with what is the motivation behind this information we're finding out.
Yes.
Are there marketing strategies that are being used to promote one product when putting another product down? So we have to be careful with that too.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I do.
So you recommend counting calories as opposed to maybe carbs or anything like that. How do you know what your intake should be?
Well, the best way to know is by education. And that's where registered dietitians come in. We're the nutrition experts, and we can help people with that. I find it easier initially for people to know what their carbohydrate sources are and the general portion sizes, and then how many of those they can have at each meal, and that helps. Being the analytical person, they probably would want to know exactly how many calories they should have and what they're eating in a day, and that's where we come in and help them with that and come up with a meal plan and show them the numbers. And it's really best too to keep your protein servings to no more than 3 ounces at one meal.
Wow.
And that's the size of a full deck of cards, so that's not very much. So generally all we need is 2 to 3 ounces at lunch and dinner, and most people at breakfast might eat 1, no more than 2. So that's where you start with your protein. And then your fat, we really don't need any more than 1 or 2 servings at each meal, and 1 serving might be a teaspoon of margarine or a tablespoon of salad dressing. If it's the reduced fat or low fat, then you could have more, like 2 tablespoons. So it's really, the portion sizes are smaller than what most realize. But when you balance it out and show people with food models what they could have, they're surprised at how much food they really could have, and it's a variety of everything.
Hi, caller, are you there?
How much I'm enjoying the program tonight, and wonderful person, so I just want to let you know that. I enjoyed having classes with her. The other thing I want to say, and maybe Amy can just touch on this, is that some chefs now, the cooking shows that they have, promote or have promoted fat and a lot of cooking with gravy and slathering it with, butter and all those things. And I wonder if Amy could just touch on just for a few moments on ways that people can maybe put good old-fashioned recipes down and learn new ways, or if there are ways that we can help our own selves by learning how to rethink the way that we prepare food. I'm going to hang up and listen to her comment, and we really enjoyed the show today, and I'm just really glad that topics like this are out there so that people can learn they can help themselves and make themselves feel better. Thank you, girls.
I guess she's talking about the traditional Southern recipes that we all love.
Like macaroni and cheese. How can you kind of make that a little healthier without piling on all the butter?
Okay. You can start off with reduced fat cheese in that instance, low fat cheese. And then if you, like with beans, adding the bacon fat, try oils instead. I've tried that and it still has good flavor. Or adding peppers, peppers, spices, and salt-free seasonings. That adds a lot of flavor without having to add the unnecessary fat.
I think that's what we're afraid of, being in the South, is getting rid of our flavoring. My husband and I, it's easy to go to a magazine and get a recipe, and unless you're eating a lot of time, or using those that we usually don't see, there's nothing wrong with trying that. But trying to go in our local grocery store
Exactly.
is going to be very hard to
Unless
find.
you drive across town to go to somewhere like a Green Life or somewhere like that where they have more.
But macaroni and cheese, I'm the macaroni and cheese queen. When we do our one Zumba thing, and it asked where'd you get that body from? It was macaroni and cheese. Where I got it from. But we learned to the high in fiber content. A lot of people are afraid of fiber. However, in keeping blood sugars at a minimum, I've learned with that, being a diabetic, and praise God, not have to take that medication
So you are
anymore.
completely off.
Yes.
That is
Wonderful.
awesome.
I will still check if I'm feeling any kind of weird way or whatever. I will check it, to make sure I'm still running good. And when I say that 96, I saw 79, here the other day, and I thought, I'm feeling pretty good at 79, which is really a normal range. But before, I would probably be almost ready to just fall out. But using the brown or the whole grain noodles,
For spaghetti.
the reduced fat cheese, and people want to put milk in it too. But there again, we've got fat-free milk.
Yeah, skim milk. I use
You
that.
know,
Yes.
And using that in there, and we buy the little tub of margarine anymore when we would buy the big one, and it'd be gone in maybe a week. Well, and it takes a long time for that to go away at our house. And I'm thinking, wow, and it doesn't cost, but a lot of people worry about cost. Well, I can't afford that diet food. Yeah, you can. You're just rearranging your grocery list. And I want to say something here that Curves now has a Curves Complete program. And it is the nutrition along with the exercise as well as good motivation. That's your support. That's what's going to get people learning. It teaches about the portion sizes, does it not? And Amy's always there to help, consult. And she is wonderful. She is a beautiful young woman. I love her. And but that's what Curves is offering now. It's that holistic approach to feel good. If you're not motivated, you got to have your motivation. And sometimes it's just during those frustrated times when you need the support of somebody else. Then the exercise is going to make you feel better physically and mentally, I think. So you can smile your way through it, even those tough workouts. So.
Well, I have seen you work out, and I just love that you encourage people around you. You make us all feel like we're having fun, even though we feel like we're
concentrating
dying.
on breathing, I got to see my little star on the wall, that little purple star that I see up there. I concentrate on that, but it just feels good.
You talked about your diet, and how much of a struggle was that when you first started working out, but what was it like to change your lifestyle?
It was a conscious decision. It really was. My husband is a marvelous cook. He is a wonderful cook. And one day we came in and he was just really good to bring me my supper. And one day he didn't do that and I got upset. And which I was so very sorry, but it just made me look at myself and think, So then when he got, in there, that mattered, that support there. And going to Curves and really, because to me it was out of my way, but making that decision to make that change, because it's not really that much out of my way. It's just another little turn. And being dedicated and determining. And then when you see results, well, that's even more and more, but then bam, something's going to come hit you head on, but then you've got that wonderful support that says, but...
Can you show us the picture, the before picture?
Well, I do. This one was actually taken, where am I supposed to put it to? Of me and my husband last February at a Valentine banquet. When I look in the mirror, I really don't see a big change.
I do. I've known you. I've seen it. I see it.
I do know I was probably at a size, I can't believe I'm going to say this and people are going to think, that's probably a size 26, maybe 28. And this is a 14, y'all.
Awesome.
So,
that is awesome.
And, I kind of hit a plateau, but I do believe there's something out there that's going to do the change up too there. And,
And you've got the other one too, did you want
I do. This was a few months earlier of me with my grandson. And I think I really had to have some help to get out of that little metal car, but didn't like having my picture taken. I really don't like to have my picture taken now either. I'd rather have my grandchildren's picture.
But what a wonderful accomplishment. I mean, that is awesome.
Well, it's it's a lifestyle change. And, it's making that conscious effort to do that.
And that's the key word, I think, lifestyle change. Because, Amy, there are several people out there who have gone on diets and they failed.
Right.
Or they've, they'll try the newest fad and then they'll deprive themselves for so long and then that'll fail and then become discouraged.
Yes.
So what is it about, not saying diets are bad, but not getting on the diet bandwagon and having that mindset change?
It is a lifestyle change, and I call it meal planning, a new way of meal planning. And it's true that any fad diet or any diet that eliminates any major food group is not going to last, and it does not work. And yes, the weight is lost initially, but then, and even every patient I've talked to in the hospital setting have always told me, I lost the weight, I gained it back and more. And it's true, the research shows that too, but then to actually talk with people and find out that, personally I hear that from people. And so it is all about a lifestyle change and just the way you eat the rest of your life to feel better. And it's very important, everyone in your household to be on that same page.
And it doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt. And it's important for children, if adults, especially if they have to make the changes because of health conditions, it's better for everyone because then genetics play a role in diseases. And so we can use diet to either prevent or delay the onset of those.
With childhood obesity at such a high rate, it's probably not a bad idea for, like you said, the whole family to adopt a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, and it's 2/3 of American population are considered obese, and so it's an epidemic. And then with that comes increased mortality at a younger age, and health problems, diseases, and our healthcare costs are much higher. And it's much better to work on prevention and wellness before these problems even happen. And we talked about that.
Yes, we did. As far as with our insurance companies too, I was working with my previous insurance company when I started Curves to see why I didn't have a benefit of, because I thought, how can I get into Curves for free? Well, and then I was asked by my insurance company to, are you 65? And I said, no, but why do I have to wait till then? What can I do now? Why can't you help me now before I get to that age so that I'm a lot better at that time in my life? And we were actually working on it. Then our insurance company changed, our personal insurance company changed, and I did actually have the benefit of getting a discount. So you don't necessarily, and I know at Curves, Miriam can actually run your insurance to see if you can get a discount. Ours actually did, and that's great. And I know ours isn't the only one. There are others, but and even for those that are older, that Silver Sneakers, with a lot of those Medicare replacement programs, you can get in there for nothing. So,
and tell us a little bit about Silver Sneakers. What does that entail?
Are
there special classes?
No, I think they have access to everything because, we do have, it was actually the older population at Curves that really inspired me when I started going there.